camera needs to be we need to be centered in the shot.
Finally,
I think
where
so.
I deserve to be, front and center.
As I was watching you guys on Friday, I'm like,
I think we scooched our whole operation over that
could
way.
very well be, yeah.
How's that? Any better?
Let's try that. I don't know. I don't think so. Unless you move over a little bit, then that would probably work. No.
Perfect. Once again, look at that.
No,
front and center.
Other way, ding-a-ling.
Like that.
Yeah, let's try. No, see, now you're not in the center. Yeah.
I don't want to be in the center.
No, now the two of us aren't centered in the shot.
Correct.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Lord.
It's hard to do. It's hard.
Wait till we get our
Get
official studio.
Well, that's a thing. That's on the list of stuff to do. Okay. All right. I think we're just about ready here, Chris. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, we're just about. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Again, give yourself a little
touching me.
Elbow room. A little elbow room. Hey everybody! Thanks for joining us for the Thursday live stream, and this is Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm Matt. This is Chris.
Hey everybody.
Yeah. So Chris, I am 26 days with no alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
thought you were going to say you're 26 days from 53. That might be right.
That might be right too.
Close, yeah.
Do you know what I've learned about not drinking for almost a month?
No, I don't know.
Not a damn thing. Like there's no difference at all. I don't feel any better.
Yeah.
I don't feel any worse. I don't feel any more awake. I don't feel I don't have any more or less fun. It's just
well, that's a thing though, right there. More or less fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of surprised about the don't feel more awake.
I don't feel any different.
When you wake up in the morning, are you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So that's as good as you're gonna feel all day.
Yeah. Now I haven't lost
there.
like 2 pounds or anything. I don't feel any different.
Any weight?
No.
Really?
No. Now I am not suggesting that you should or should not do this, but for me, I don't feel any different at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't drink enough.
Well, that could be, I'm not a big drinker.
No, I know you're not.
So a lot of people think that I am, but I am not. So I am reduced to chock full o' nuts coffee for this live stream. But the next Thursday live stream, I've decided that I'm going to break the fast on Halloween in the evening time. So I think that's 30 days. That's enough.
Yeah.
And given now, unless something dramatically different happens in the next couple of days,
5 days,
yeah, then I'm not gonna. Then the Jim was trying to get me to.
Jim and I keep saying, I think you've proven your point.
Yeah. Oh, he's adamant that I need to start drinking on Saturday. I don't know what college football game he wants me to watch, but yeah, there's something is happening on Saturday that he wants me to. Apparently I need to be buzzed for. So
okay.
Yeah,
well,
anyway.
Everybody else there is, so you don't really need to be.
No.
No.
So anyway, so thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. So Rodbox says, did you really drink enough to make a difference? No, I really didn't. I don't think that I drank enough alcohol in general to make it be like, oh my gosh, this is so different.
So life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably not. It's not a bad thing to do though.
Yeah. Brian Duncan sent us a super chat and says, thanks for doing the research, Matt. Now I don't have to quit. Again, I'm not suggesting that you should or shouldn't drink alcohol or not drink alcohol, but I can tell you that in my own personal experience, it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal for me.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not like, here's when I would drink. I would drink during these shows, and then like if we went out to get a hamburger or something, I would have a beer. But other than that, I don't. Yeah. Doug Santaniello says that his doctor told him that that I have to stop drinking, having liver issues. Proud that you could go 26 days. I only go a few days, then I have to drink. Well, and see now Doug says like, and then he has like a golf emoji and stuff. So maybe the like the golf course is where Doug likes to have a drink or two. And that, I don't know how that works, but
maybe he plays better golf.
I think he said one time when he was here that he there's a point where he plays better, and then it's like
It's
the
like
wheels,
bowling.
yeah, the wheels can fall off.
Yeah. Then you can't hit shit. Yeah.
I don't know. Doug will have to explain it. World's largest indoor cocktail party on Saturday. Ed Dupriest. Oh, that sounds like a lot of laughs.
Is that in Sedalia?
Maybe
Salida?
that's a Big Jim
I can't
Grizzly's
believe
house.
I just said Sedalia.
I don't know.
Salida?
I don't know.
It might be. That sounds like something that Salida would put on.
So,
World's largest outdoor cocktail
is
party.
it outdoor? Oh,
Yeah.
it is outdoor. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
That sounds because I mean, yeah, who wants to get the venue to put on the world's largest indoor? I like my indoor drinking to be
Sure.
amongst friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Small, quaint. I don't want to be in a gymnasium full of people getting drunk.
One thing that I have missed is hanging out with Chris and Dina Hill at Odyssey Beer Works, the great American beer works.
Yeah.
And having some of their beers. If you guys tried the Odyssey Beer Works beer, are you planning on attending the Texas Toast Christmas party at Odyssey Beer Works this
When
year?
is that? December 10th?
8th, I
Okay.
believe. It's the Friday, right? That whatever Friday that is. And it's the
I think
Friday.
that class starts on the 3rd.
Yeah, so that we have a class, and there's that
It's not a
workshop
7-day
actually
class,
goes.
it's a 5-day class.
No, it's a 7-day.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yes, sir, it is. That's Build a
Oh,
Classic
that's
Les
why
Paul.
Okay, that's why I can't figure it out.
And so I think that what we want to
That's
have
another one of those build a complete Les Paul in 7 days.
in 7 days.
You re-signed up for that? Oh no, that's the first.
We've
this
never
December. Yeah, you're
never
right.
done that. Yeah.
Right, you're right. Okay, yeah, I'm already into next year on classes.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? We're doing it again?
Mhm.
No, we said we weren't.
That's the only workshop that is available this year. There's 1 or 2 spots open in that. So if you guys want to get in on that action, you certainly can. And come out and build a Les Paul with your buddies at Texas Toast. Come to the Texas Toast Christmas party, and
On Friday,
and then come back to work on Saturday.
we're gonna have to be ahead just so we can fall behind. Right? I mean,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
So anyway, check out Odyssey Beer Works, the Great American Beer Works, and thanks to Dina and Chris Hill for sponsoring our channel.
Are they gonna
with,
be here this year?
They are going to be here this year.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
I guess actually that was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chris, while I was away last Friday, it came to my attention that Phil McKnight said some nice things about us.
Yeah.
And so I went and watched. Phil's live videos are a couple hours. I think they're full length talking points, and I'm not going to say feature. They're not feature length reviews, but they're definitely feature length Q&A topics and that sort of thing. And I think that's sort of a free form.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe he has the outline, but I don't know.
He is somewhat of a structure, but I think he also takes questions and talks about
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So Phil McKnight had a lot of nice things to say about us, and so I just wanted to say thanks to Phil McKnight for saying all those kind things to us. That was very.
Yeah, I'll
cool.
get that $10 I owe you, Phil, to you here real soon.
Ha ha!
You can,
That's
you,
not
you
what
can
happened.
Trust me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not-
That
he
was
actually owes me $10.
that was completely what do you call it when you don't ask for something?
Unprovoked?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, that's not what I meant. But you get
Well,
what
it's
yeah.
the same idea. Yeah, provoked.
Unsolicited.
Unsolicited.
Yeah.
Yeah, provoked almost sounds like he punched us. What? That was totally unprovoked. Yeah. All I did was say, "Hey, Phil, where's that $5 you owe me?"
Mhm.
And he punched me in the mouth.
Well, anyway. So anyhow, guys, I have glasses, but I'm not really wearing them. So it looks like Brian's talking about pudding, and okay. Here's one thing about and then we'll get down to the business of guitar stuff.
Okay.
I promise. I'm eating more sugar, which I know you're thinking, how is that possible that you're eating more sugar? But with no drinking, I'm eating more sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's another thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe I would realize some health benefits if I didn't do that.
The funny thing is liquor doesn't have a whole lot of sugar in it. I mean, some beers do, but
I don't think
hard
it's virtually
alcohol doesn't.
calorie free.
well, no, we're not talking calories. We're talking sugars.
You want to see what's going to happen now? This comment section is going to blow up with people saying that yes, it does or no, it doesn't.
Have sugars in it?
Yeah. And you know what? I can't stress this enough. I don't care. Anyway, now you're just going. So Chris is on the not on the wagon. Chris is on the off wagon. So
No.
yeah.
I only have one vice now, and it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And smoking crack
Well,
or sniffing
is that
glue.
is that a vice?
It's up to you, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So anyway, so thanks to Phil McKnight for all the kind words. And that was a neat thing. So did you go and watch that?
Yeah, I did. I watched a little bit of it.
That's terrific, man. So
I was surprised that he actually said us first when he started talking about small builders.
I know, right?
I was like, that's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
That's the face you make when something's cool.
No, it was just I was taken aback.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surprising.
Yeah, because he annotates all his videos really well, and so I clicked on that one, and he started talking, answering that question, and he brought us up first, and I was like, I wonder how we were on
the radar,
on the tip of his mind, because then he started to struggle. He said a couple others, but then he started to struggle to think of more, and I was like,
we came before like Nags and Sir and a bunch of guys. Yeah, we're
maybe those guys are more mainstream to him.
That could very well be.
And yeah, he was reaching for the inner depths of unknown builders.
Yeah, you know who else? He talks very highly of.
Who?
Dylan McKnight from Dylan Talks Tone.
Yeah.
And guys, if you want the best in pickups. Actually, Chris and I have been doing some pickup demoing, some A-ing and B-ing of pickups.
We have been, yeah. That's always really, really fun, especially when you can tell a difference.
Yeah. Especially when you have ears as bad as mine, if you can tell.
I don't think you have that bad of ears. I think you can hear just enough.
Maybe.
To know. Now, no, I don't think you have the ears of a dog.
Oh, I do, sir. When like people are, no, you're right.
No, you're constantly scratching them.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I. Yeah.
I do that because of the hair in them now. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh.
Hey, but anyway, yeah. So if you guys are interested in Dylan pickups, did you know that we have a link in our description for Dylan pickups? And if you go to that link, you actually save a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's not like if you go to Dylan's website and Dylan does this with us, and he does it with other guys too. But like if you just go to the Dylan website, it's X number of dollars.
Yeah.
If you go through our link, it's X number of dollars minus 10%, I think, or 5% or something. Yeah. So you can save a little bit of money if you want to get
an affiliate link.
That's correct. So if you want to get into some Dylan pickups and you want to get a set of pickups that's actually wound by the guy whose name is on the pickups, Dylan pickups. Dylan Talks
Tone. Curtis Novak.
What?
Curtis Novak doesn't wind all the pickups anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Okay. Well, Dylan still does. So
correct. That's what I mean. We're looking at you.
Yeah. So, and link in the description below, you guys can get in on the Dylan. So, and thank you to Dylan Pickups for sponsoring.
And his pickups sound really, really great. I mean, it's immediately noticeable.
I tell you what, it absolutely is. We were doing some testing of pickups because on our level 1 guitars, those come with pickups that are, I don't want to say they're disposable because they're not, but what they are is a pickup that will probably get changed eventually. Now they work, and you could play that guitar with those pickups for the entire life of the guitar and not be bummed out about it.
No.
But what happens is some people go, oh man, I really like Dylan pickups and I got to have those in all my guitars. Or I really like Brand X pickups. I got to have those in my guitar. And if you don't have the ones that particular person wants, it doesn't matter what they are. They're going to yank them out and put the thing in there.
Yeah, so effectively wasting a bunch of money on purchase price.
That's right.
With pickups that they are going to put in a box.
Exactly.
Probably.
Exactly. So the whole idea with a guitar that's designed to hit a price point is you don't put the stuff on there that's like you don't spend an extra $200 putting something on there that's gonna, just like you said, wind up in a drawer then and never to be seen again.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about this. I don't even think you step up to like on that guitar. I don't even think you step up to a mid-level pickup. You know, I don't think you're going to do any better with a mid-level pickup for more money. Say the guitar was, you know, $50 or $100 more. I don't think you're going to like those pickups any better than you're going to like the guitar with the pickups we use.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of want to call those the Texas Toast placeholder pickups.
That's a great name because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
and it's like they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But
what do they call the person that sits in the seat?
Yeah.
At the Oscars while the person's up.
When George Clooney goes to the bathroom or whatever.
Yeah. Or gets up on stage. Yeah.
Brian Duncan sent us $500 and says that he likes Dylan's pickups, but he got his address wrong. Now, how would you know he got your address wrong? Like, did you have to go to your neighbor's house to
look up your old address?
Yeah. Did he send it to the wrong address? Or I actually know it looked more like he got your name and address correct, Brian.
And a commentary.
Yeah.
On things you enjoy.
That's right. We love Brian Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
we do. I'm surprised we haven't seen him.
I'm kind of surprised too. Maybe he's waiting for me to start drinking again.
That might be it. Actually, yeah. Why we got to suffer because you're not drinking.
I don't know.
Yeah, is that right, Brian?
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. So, but what did we discover? I think one of the things that we found that we like, I like single coil. I like P90s and I like Filtertrons.
Really expensive Filtertrons.
And really that's what I like.
And fairly expensive P90s.
Yeah.
Those Filtertrons are an extra $50 a piece from the Dylan pickups.
Yeah, they're $150 per pickup.
Per up.
Oh man, but like the thing that I like about Filtertron and Dylan's actually like I could interchange those two things.
Yeah, they're actually somewhat similar sounding, which is kind of funny.
Like when I play and I play like that kind of when I'm trying to cop that Malcolm Young flavor, and just let those chords ring out.
Bunch of gain.
I know what I like to.
Which isn't the Malcolm Young sound, but anyway.
Well, no, but what I mean is the way he like let those notes ring out.
Yeah.
I love that. I know what I want that to sound like, and if it doesn't sound like it, I'm like, nope, I don't like it.
Yeah, and with the other pickups, the initial attack is okay, but then it does this weird thing.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Through
it's just,
my
amp, if
you're
paying attention to it. It's like, oh yeah, it's a little harsher sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were A-B'ing pickups today.
We A-B'd and C'd.
Yeah, you were like hand me guitars, and I definitely like Dylan's pickups, and Dylan and Chris and myself are going to be working on a promotion coming very soon to a guitar near you. You can pre-order these. It's our level 1s and 2s with the Dylan pickup upgrade, which I think is going to be something that you're gonna want to get seat fillers, is what Dylan says.
I think there's another name, but yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a maybe not.
Well, anyway, we're going to be offering a promotion with Dylan pickups and available in our P90 equipped level 2s and all of our level 1s, which of course are nothing but P90s. You can get those. It's going to be a little bit more, but you get a premium pickup that you will not want to replace. Now, if you want to replace them with, again, brand X pickups, just go ahead and order them with the ones that they come with, and you're good to go.
The Texas Toast seat filler.
What I'm not calling them that, but yeah.
The butt cushion.
Can we not call the pickup that?
Let's not call it that.
Okay, yeah. Let's not do
placeholder.
That. How about we just don't worry about it?
We just say these are the stock pickups it comes with.
Stock pickups, yeah. I don't want to make anything about even the level 1 Challenger sound not up to speed, because everything on the level 1 Challenger is up to speed.
Well,
it's good to go.
Well, and if you don't think those are okay, then you can get the Dylan pickup upgrade.
Exactly.
The pill and dick up upgrade. Oh, don't say that.
Dylan just gave us $1.99, and then and then that happened.
I said that, yeah, I did. It wasn't on purpose, man. I swear. I do that all day long. I get words, You have my D's and P's.
You get nerds mixed up all the time.
Yeah,
I think you have public school dyslexia.
I might.
I know I do. So anyway, yeah, you're right, Chris. If you are like, you know what, this is going to be my go-to guitar, just get the Dylan pickups, and be sure.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. But if you're convinced that your favorite pickup is
brand X,
brand X, and you want to get the guitar and then put those pickups in it, just get it stock.
Or what
if you're 100% good everything else?
Yeah. Actually, the pickups are 100% good.
Oh yeah, they work.
They're just
not our favorites.
Yeah. Now here's another example of how you might want to do this. What if you bought a pickup winding machine and you are a dentist by day and a pickup winder by night, and you're like, well, I'm gonna wind my own pickups for this, like Doc does.
Yeah.
He might want to do that. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Or here's the other thing though. I like the way P90s look aesthetically better than Filtertrons, and I think Filtertrons are cool.
Yeah.
But I think that P90s look cooler. So, that's just me. What say you?
I think P90s Filtertrons are really cool. Looking, I like them better in gold with a bunch of gold hardware than I like them in chrome. But I think that's because all my favorite Gretches are all covered in gold.
Like the White Falcon and the White Penguin and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those are just the most ostentatious.
They're definitely
tacky.
Super cool.
Yeah. There used to be such a thing as a stage guitar that was just the most ornate, out there, had your name on it, arm guards, sleeve guards, crazy looking look at me guitars. And I think, White Falcons and
now
those guitars are that. Black Beauties are that. Look at me guitars.
I have a question for you, Chris.
Okay, I'm ready.
Does our A-Bing pickups and deciding what we like make us guitar snobs or connoisseurs? Because the title of this video is "Are Matt and Chris Guitar Snobs? Are you?"
I think it makes us connoisseurs.
Okay.
I think because I think we both want to like the pickups that we use in the level 1.
Yeah.
Better than we do. And they're okay. They're fine. But when here's the thing, when you have a bunch of the same guitars floating around with different pickups in them, and you start playing all these guitars and you start seeing similarities and differences in them.
My friend Richard Ryan, who is here, will tell you that now I'm gonna get the names wrong, but like if he wants Novaks in his guitar and you put Lawlers in, those Lawlers are going to come out and sit in a drawer somewhere.
That's right.
So you'll spend $300 on pickups that are sitting in a drawer.
Yeah, you'll spend $300 more on the stock guitar.
Yep.
And yeah. So yeah. And you could order the Dylan upgrade and then tear those pickups out and put those in a drawer for a later project. That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Sure.
Or play them for a while and then get something else. That's something a lot of people do too, is they always have a bunch of pickups floating around that they swap back and forth and in and out of different projects. That's fine. I think for me, because I'm not like a pickup connoisseur.
Wait, we have established that you
snob. No, I'm not a pickup snob. I think good pickups are good pickups, and I can't imagine some person hand winding pickups that don't sound good.
Yeah.
I would get the upgrade.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's worth the upgrade, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unless you just gotta have.
Well, yeah, because
a brand
like
X,
I said, yeah. Well, and I like Dylan pickups, and I like Dylan, and I like the story, and I like the connection. So.
Yep. And I like the way they sound through my amp when I'm playing it. So that's what
I like. So I took that guitar that we used today. I took that one home and played it over the course of a weekend, a little bit here and a little bit there, and I really liked the way it sounded. And I wasn't even, trying to focus on that. I was trying to focus on the overall guitar and how the overall guitar played, because especially then I didn't. Well, I still don't. Have like a really good couch amp that I loved the sounds that were coming out of it. I just wanted to play the guitar and see how it played, but I actually did really like the way that guitar sounded, and have reinforced that several times here.
Yeah, that one it looks amazing and it sounds amazing, and that one I'm surprised
it's for sale right now at Texas Toast Guitars. It's the cute little
the P91 with the super nice top.
Yeah.
Yep. So Chris, I have a question for you, but I'm going to phrase it in a story because we have a half hour.
You're going to phrase it in the story.
Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time.
Well, no. So back before you and I knew each other, so that's been a long time. Okay. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I believe it was. I think like 2004 or 5. Not everybody knows this, but I haven't been building guitars nonstop since 1989. There's a gap in when I was doing stuff and not doing stuff. And one of those times was right around that 2005 era.
When you were not?
When I was not actively building instruments.
No.
And I decided, it was my birthday, right around my birthday, or maybe it was my actual birthday. I wanted a brand new Les Paul.
Okay.
Now, now I don't have it anymore, but so what I did.
I think I sold it on eBay for you.
Perhaps, yeah. And we'll get to that, why I did that here in a little bit. But I wanted a brand new Les Paul, and so I went to Guitar Center and I played a bunch of them, and I found the one I liked. It was beautiful, and I bought it. And I think in fact, I don't think I know, I financed it with the Guitar Center card. And like, I think they gave me like 12 months to pay it off with no
That was one
interest.
of your favorite moves for a long time.
I did that a lot. Yeah. So, but it was one of those things where like, I knew what I wanted. I knew a place where I could go and get it. Now I could have gone to Wildwood or any other place to buy it. And so the place I went is not what I'm talking about. The thing I'm talking about is what I did and why I did it. I knew what I wanted to get, and so I went and I bought it. And I didn't have the cash, but I financed it. And again, I used free money from Guitar Center to finance it, and no big deal. Now I have since sold all of my guitars that are not guitars that I built to finance opening this shop. And that's just kind of the way stuff goes. And some 20 years later, it would never occur to me to go out and buy a brand new Les Paul because, well, frankly, I think that the Challenger is a superior guitar to the Les Paul. I like it better, and by golly, I ought to, since we work so hard to get it to where it is now. But my question to you, Chris, is if you said, you have to teleport yourself out of this dimension and say, I want to buy a new guitar. How do you do that? And then I want to talk about, like, are you and I guitar snobs, or are we brand snobs? Are you guys guitar snobs? Are you guys brand snobs? And so how would you do it if you like how do you buy a new guitar?
It's been a while since I bought a new guitar. I don't know. That's a hard question.
Okay. Well, so there's a couple of things that you could do. Like one thing is you could just, I'm going to the guitar store, and if I see something cool, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to, go like music go around. I'd go and wander around the store and buy something. I don't go there hardly anymore at all.
Yeah, guitar shops to me don't really have a lot of allure.
It's really changed for me since doing this, because everything I'm like, well, I could build that, or I have built that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, so there was a time when I had a lot of gear lust, and there were things that I wanted and things that I thought I needed, and I would usually end up with something that wasn't quite as good as what I wanted. There's very few times where I was like, yes, this is exactly what I want. I would skimp and get something not quite as good as I could have.
Okay.
Because I couldn't save up the money, or I couldn't wait long enough. So I don't know. I'm probably the wrong person to ask this question to, because I'm such a.
Unfortunately, you're the person who's here. So okay, all right. So, but that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to like go and look at guitars now, what guitar shop would you go to like see all the coolest stuff in the Denver area?
Guitar shop? Well, every time I go to Flipside.
That's it. That was a softball.
Yeah, I know.
You mean Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store?
Yes, the Great American Guitar Store. They have a lot of guitars, and it's really fun to go in there and just wander around and look at stuff and go, oh, I wonder what's going on with G&L. Oh, I wonder what's going on with Reverend. Oh, I wonder what's going on with Fender.
They have stuff too that like you don't see it.
I almost bought a Yamaha acoustic the last time I was there.
Really?
Yeah, because Yamaha makes great acoustic guitars for not a lot of money. And they had some really nice looking stuff for not a lot of money.
When now they also have some vintage stuff, and they have some new stuff. And they're in their new destination shop, guys. If you're in the Denver area, please check out our buddies at Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. Tell them Matt and Chris sent you. When you were super heavy into vintage instruments, though, like how did you buy those? Did you like buy one and then trade it for another one and trade it until you got one?
A little bit of that, yeah. Also. So one of my favorite guitars that I ever bought was a 63 Jazzmaster that kept popping up at the local music go-round.
Okay.
And I used to have a guy there, Ian, not Monkey, another Ian, who worked there part-time and knew what I liked. And every time I'd walk in, he'd go, hey, Chris, check this out. And this Jazzmaster showed up, and it was too much money. And then it showed up again, I think, and maybe that's when I bought it, and it was a lot of money. It was the most money I ever spent on a guitar by a lot.
I gotta tell you, I don't really get the whole vintage guitar thing.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was around in the early 80s, where like I had a bunch of old Gibsons that they were just old Gibsons then. Now, like if I had those guitars now, I could tell you what year they were made and what all the stuff about them. But then it was just like, it's my Gibson, and it was just an old thing that I had.
Yeah. Well, I think that's when vintage stuff was fun, right? I know that's the way it was with bicycles. And as soon as they started getting expensive, and you had to worry about them, then it wasn't as much fun. So anyway, so this guitar popped back up.
Oh yeah, that's right. The 63 Jazz.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And I bought it, and it was really cool.
When you bought it, did you go in thinking, I'm going to buy that Jazzmaster today? Or did you just kind of like,
no, because
no,
because I walked in just to look around. And
so you spent the most money you've ever spent on a guitar on a whim. Oh, okay.
I had to go get money out of savings to do it.
Okay.
I had to transfer funds, and I walked in with cash, hoping to make a cash deal. And I did.
Save the tax or something.
Yeah, I think that's basically what we did. So, and the bank said, when you need this much money, You need to let us know the day before because this is about all the cash we have.
Oh
here,
wow!
And it was, I think it was $3,000.
$300,000.
No, it was $3,000 for that guitar, and it was all original. It had been played, but it was, yeah, and that was a big deal. But I used to sit around and comb eBay, and this was right around the time when Reverb got started, and you could, and there were some deals there, and I would look at Craigslist, and I'd go through, all my channels every day and look at stuff,
Yep.
and yeah, because I always wanted a vintage Jazzmaster, and I always wanted a vintage Jag.
Yeah.
So, and really, that's where my interests pretty much stopped back then.
Well, so because there's getting the thing you want, and then there's getting a good deal on the.
Well, and that's the other thing too is I am not willing to overpay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it looks like Steve was looking for to order a guitar. I'm not sure which one he's trying to get, but I don't know. Maybe it came through. Steve, if you need help with ordering, please let me know. Or Joy looks like she's on the case and she can help you with that stuff as well. So yeah.
So sometimes I think with buying stuff, it can be a really, really slow process of, I think I want a new guitar. What do you want? Well, I want something, with these features. Okay. And then you start looking around and you start watching videos and you start just processing it in your head. And I think it can take a little bit of time. There's other times when I think you can see something and go, oh, boom. Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
I can't find it anywhere else. I'm just going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's stuff like that. Like if for the sake of conversation, I found a jet pin router at Tool World, or I'm making up stuff, and they had it, I would probably just buy it.
Yeah, I think
if it was like, that's a good price, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yeah,
and figure out and let the chips fall and figure out how to pay for it.
Even if it was at the top of the market, the real market, not the made up market that you created. Yeah, you'd probably just buy it and go, okay.
I don't really need this, but gosh, I want.
That's a nice one. Yeah, okay. I'll buy it. Yeah, and I think that happens too. Yeah.
So, do you think, based on the conversation that we had about spending money and stuff like that, are we gear snob? Are we guitar snobs?
No, I still think I'm a connoisseur.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any real preconceived notions other than I like what I like. So does that make me a connoisseur or a snob?
I think it depends on who you talk to, right?
So here's the deal. I like cheap versions of guitars of models I like. I like expensive versions. I like the expensive versions more, but that's probably to be expected, right?
Well, yeah, I submit to everybody that if you could have the genuine article for the same money, why wouldn't you buy the genuine article?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you have to figure out how much are you willing to compromise down the ladder to still feel good about what you bought.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I had all the money in the world, then I wouldn't do that. I'd just go out and buy the top end one.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, whether it's new or vintage or
but
whatever else.
Your life has a bunch of other priorities that don't include a $60,000 Fender or Gibson or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah, or even so the vintage thing to me is no fun anymore.
Okay.
It's too expensive to play that game.
Okay.
But the reissue thing might be kind of fun, Yeah. Now Fender and Gibson stuff has gotten pretty expensive.
If you've been in this game long enough, you might have a story like our good friend Bobby Dill, who says he bought his 1968 Fender Custom Telecaster years ago for $315. I'm going to guess that was around 1968. I don't know what it's worth today, but it's still a $315 guitar to me.
I'll give you $320 for that guitar today, Bobby.
It's funny how yeah, like Bobby has a bunch of guitars, and he actually ordered another one from us. He ordered one of those White Limba Challengers with the level 2.
Yeah.
But he's got a bunch of like cool cars and stuff, and he's been. When you're 16, it's hard to get everything that you want. When you get a little older, you just sort of like this stuff. Just sort of like, I forgot I had that thing, or oh yeah, I have 2 of those, or oh yeah, I have a super cool 1968 El Camino SS, just sort of in my garage, like Bobby Dill does, and or 72. I can't remember which year it is, but yeah, when you've been doing it a while, you stuff just starts to kind of happen.
Yeah. So I was the king of I can fix it up and make it good again.
Oh, I loved doing that, but man, those projects never turned out like I hoped they would.
Even the ones that did turn out like I hoped, it's not the same. I mean, it's cool. I like them. It's not worth what the original stuff is worth.
Yeah.
In the guitar world, it's not like cars. Where if you throw a bunch of money and make it a resto mod or whatever, it's worth a bunch of money. It's a modified guitar with a bunch of stuff. And I also did that game too, where you buy something mid-tier, mid-level, throw a bunch of money at it, upgrading it.
Yep.
And it's worth
guilty. Yeah.
What it would have been worth with all the original parts.
Maybe less.
I've also done that where you buy and then you try and sell all the upgraded parts to it, and that's a lot of hassle.
Yeah, unless you can just find somebody who wants all that stuff.
And I bought those projects from other people thinking, man, this was a great deal.
Yeah.
I could, Gretsch Electromatic with $1,000 worth of upgrades for $700. You know how much I sold that guitar for? $700.
You did well. Yeah. So people are talking about Solaris Moon says he got a 57 P bass that he bought 30 years ago. He paid $125 for it because it was trashed. Waterwick says $700 for a Gibson 86-ish white 335. Got lucky there. Wish I had a pink Paisley Telly with a bass 6. Brian Mills says, after not buying a guitar for 10 years, I'm completely happy with the last 2 from y'all. Can't wait to get for a new one. I'm excited for those 2, Brian. J Van B, I see a request for an invoice in the next few weeks. Still thinking about it? Oh, God bless you, sir. What's going on with that? Guys, there's a bunch of guitars and projects that are coming to fruition. If you have an invoice with us, and I don't care who you are, it's been worked on in the last 10 days.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Robert Tucker asks, how can you be a guitar snob when you can't build anything you can build anything you want? Beyond that, it's nothing more than where and who made it. That's an intriguing thing. If I were, I can't imagine a guitar that we couldn't make a version of.
Yeah.
Like for example, we attempted to make that Rick Turner Model 1, and I
thought we pulled it off fairly convincingly.
If we had unlimited time, we had 5 days. If we had unlimited time, we could do more glue ups and more this, that, and the other. But I don't have any desire to go down that path anymore.
No.
And we often get like, hey, how will you make me one of those? I'll give you $300 or some stupid thing. If you wanted me to build you a version of a Rick Turner Model 1, it would cost more than just buying a Rick Turner Model 1.
Yeah, just because they're all jigged up.
Yeah. If you want, there was a time when we built a lot of Les Pauls. If you wanted me to build you a Les Paul now, it would be easier and cheaper for you to just buy a Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not going to put that headstock on there, and I'm not going to.
It's not going to have a lot of the features that a Les Paul has.
No, we could, if you wanted it to be exactly like a Gibson, we could certainly do that.
Well, yeah,
but
yeah, but yeah, then it would really cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nope, I can't imagine a guitar that if you wanted us to build it, you couldn't just buy that guitar.
Yeah.
Unless it's not in production anymore. So that would be a thing. Like if and we don't do this. It is very, very rare that we do this. Hey, build me a Washburn something. I can't get anymore. Well.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't do that.
We don't do that at all.
Yeah.
I don't think anymore. For a long time, we built a lot of classic Gibson looking things. We built a lot of classic Fender things. Fender stuff's easier because the build techniques are easier. They're all kind of the same.
Yeah.
The Gibson stuff was all a little bit different, but we kind of put our own spin on it.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of things with, they were more or less challengers with different headstocks
and different
shape bodies.
Yeah.
But even that was not always super easy.
One of the things, like, we still make our version of the SG, but unless you have an order for one, it's going to be a neck through from now on. I'm not going to build an SG that isn't a neck through ever again. I don't see any benefit to that.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I don't see any benefit to doing a lot of neck throughs that aren't SGs.
Yeah.
We have a couple floating around. And I'm like, why did we do that? Now, are we doing a reveal tomorrow, Chris?
Yes.
Who is going to do the reveal with us?
Jim Jam Jimmy.
Who?
Big Jim Grizzly.
Big Jim Grizzly.
Like, you don't want me to say Jim Koloje, do you?
No, Big Jim Grizzly. So we're trying to differentiate between Hawk Attack and Jim Jam.
Oh.
So he wants to have a different. He wants to have a different
nickname.
He wants to have a different 3-word name. He wants a TWN that's different for Hawk Attack. So anyway, it is my understanding that Big Jim Grizzly is going to be here for a wowie zowie.
Big Jim Grizzly. Tune in tomorrow.
Quadruple reveal, right?
Yeah.
With big. You might want, so you don't
stay on this channel until then.
Cecil asks, what do you think of some builders tapping on wood that's going to be a solid body? I find it hilarious. Well, Cecil, we've talked about this before, and yeah, I'm with you. There are, but it is possible that you can hear something, but one of the things that we say all the time is that anytime you see someone tapping on wood, they hold it up and tap on it out here. I don't know anyone who plays guitar like this. They all, like, when I play guitar, I wrap 200 pounds of mat around it, effectively deadening any of that any ringing characteristic
of the body. Certainly, yeah.
Further, and to that end, voicing an acoustic top is something that's very different from picking up a piece of lumber and tapping on it. And I think that what happens is, maybe we should do a video series of like cliches and half truths and out and out lies. I think Dylan has a whole channel dedicated to that. But imagine, because what people see is they see acoustic builders tapping on what they're doing is it's called voicing a top, and it's very different than picking up a piece of lumber and hitting it. Now, if you're building a xylophone, yeah, you want it to sound right. If you're building a solid body acoustic guitar, I guarantee you that the most coveted and sought after solid body electric guitars in the world were built by guys who did not pick them up and tap on them like that. You know what I mean? Pre-CBS Fenders were not done like that.
No.
1959 Les Pauls, they didn't do that.
No. No, they brought in a bunch of wood and they made a bunch of guitars.
Yeah.
And they sold a bunch of guitars.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite videos are the videos where guys take a stock guitar, albeit usually it's a cheap guitar, but maybe they'll throw some parts at it and they'll record it, and then they'll start hacking off giant chunks of the guitar and playing through it, and it still sounds the same, and it ends up this stick basically, and it still sounds the same.
Now,
well, if the wood was really that big of a deal, wouldn't that change it? Cutting a guitar in half?
Okay, now let me ask you something, Chris.
I would think it would.
Do you ever pick up a piece of wood and tap on it?
No, because it hurts my knuckles.
I do all the time, mostly because I think it's fun. But I don't go, oh, that wood's dead. I like pick it up and tap on it and see what.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think.
No, I do think that the player experience is a real thing, and if a guitar vibrates against you as you play it, that's a cool feeling. I think that's one of the reasons that people really like acoustics. I also think that might be a thing why expensive acoustics are expensive, not just for the sound it makes, but for the feel of it. So I do think that there's some things there.
Okay.
And I do think small things add up to a lot, but I don't think the electrified sound of a guitar has anything to do with the wood. That's just me.
Oh yeah, I don't either, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. I can hear different pickups. I don't believe that I can hear different. I don't think I can hear finish, and I don't think I can hear.
I think you
truss
might be able
rods.
to, feel finish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe as far as vibration.
Oh, you can feel the
bridge,
tactile feel. Yeah.
Bridge. I can tell. I can hear a difference between a decked vintage Strat tram and a floating vintage Strat tram. But as far as wood, I've never experienced that. So
Curtis asks, did I miss your answer? What is gained by deleting a tone knob circuit and just using a volume knob in a one pickup guitar? It does sound different.
It does. We've actually done this. The original Esquire, one of the switches goes direct from the volume to the output. There's no tone knob involved at all.
Now, it's very subtle.
It is very, very subtle.
But
and then the other setting is tone knob. And when you roll the tone knob all the way up to full treble, there's a slight difference there, and it's slightly brighter.
Okay.
But
let me ask you this, Chris. If you were at the 12 Volt Tavern on Saturday night, and it was 11:30, and there was a bunch of drunk people hanging out, and it smelled like pee and vomit, would you be able to tell the difference?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. And for all the times that I sat at home and played guitar and played with knobs and got it sounding exactly where I wanted it to, went to band rehearsal.
That's right. Add a drum kit, a bass player, and another guitar player, and it sounds
Try and twist that knob to 11 over and over and over.
Yeah, that's right.
And then go over and turn up the amp.
Yeah.
People have told me I play too loud. I don't think they're right.
I don't think they're right either.
But all those little nuances are. So that begs the question: why even have a tone knob?
I couldn't agree more. I think the only reason that we put a tone knob on the guitar is because people expect there to be a tone knob.
Yeah, we do.
Frankly, I don't see the need for a volume knob. I mean, because here's why. Because I just step on my pedal to mute the guitar. I step on my tuner and mutes the guitar.
Oh, I never turn the guitar down in between.
So
the guitar's always all the way up.
And
somebody can be talking for minutes.
Do you experience any buzzing or anything?
I just put my hand over.
Okay, that's another good way to go. Yeah.
What was I going to say? I actually find if my guitar is too bright, if I roll the volume down a tick, it might be slightly better. That does more for me than the tone knob does in that situation.
The tone knob puts a chokehold on your guitar.
It really does. It takes away tone. It doesn't add tone.
Doesn't add anything.
It's not an adder. It's
no,
a subtractor.
Yeah,
you should call it the tone.
The tone subtract. The tone suck.
Yeah.
It's not an active circuit that adds stuff. Or
No, it takes away anything. Yeah, anything that's there. It takes away all the goodness, I think. Yeah. And if it's if your guitar is too bright, it's probably too loud. So turn down. I
can tell you that I've heard some guitar players who their guitar is too bright
and it's too loud.
well, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. I think your guitar is too bright. No, but you know who I'm talking about.
You looking at me? Yeah.
No, but you know who I'm talking about.
I got you know. Everything that you guys do is perfect. Bass is perfect, drums perfect, rhythm. That amp of yours, Chris, is tearing my head off. What? Yeah.
I don't believe I've ever said that.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
But somebody once did, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Stop standing right there.
It's a big place.
Move around the room. Yeah. Experience the room.
Experience the room. All right, so if we come to any conclusions about whether or not we're snobs or
I think I just proved I'm a snob right there. Yeah. Just kind of a jerk. No, I definitely have opinions. If being a snob means you have opinions, sure. I have opinions on things. But I think I'm more open now to new ideas. And different ideas and other people's opinions than I was.
I came to a conclusion just this morning, and it wasn't a hard realization, but I am convinced that I don't like humbuckers anymore, unless they're Filtertrons. Okay, so you heard it here first. As of today, tomorrow could be completely different. I only like P90s and Filtertrons, and I don't like regular humbuckers anymore.
Okay,
like I say, that could very well change tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been a big humbucker guy. Well, at one point I was, when I didn't know any better. That was snobby.
Yeah, that was
totally snobby.
That was totally snobby.
No, if you like humbuckers, that's great.
Yeah.
I bet you if I listen to 10 songs featuring humbuckers and P90s and single coils, probably couldn't tell you a single one.
Well,
unless I knew the guy.
And who knows exactly what? I think one of my.
I'm not talking about song. I'm talking about just random samples of stuff. I could, between those three, I guess, and maybe get a couple right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a humbucker. Oh my God, he's so good at this.
What's your favorite guitar sound on any recording?
Oh man, I don't know. That's
just throw one out there. Mine's Steve Jones on the early Sex Pistols album.
Okay. I really like Stevie Ray Vaughan's tone on, say, the first album.
Okay. We're pretty sure that Stevie Ray didn't use a Telly or a Dan Electro or something.
No, but I think he might have used a Tokai for some of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny that because what people play on stage and what they play in the studio aren't necessarily the same thing. And what massive wall of Marshalls they have on stage turns out to be a Champ cranked all the way or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
close mic to Champ.
I think that the guitar tone that I really like is just a cranked up Fender probably with humbuckers, but I think you could do the exact same thing better with P90s. I think these days. You know what I mean? That's what my opinion is on.
So the humbuckers that we were playing today were pretty overwound, and I have actually learned stuff from Dylan when he's here.
He's a wealth of information.
Yeah, overwound doesn't always mean louder. In fact, usually it doesn't, and it just means darker.
And I think
I'm
not
heard that today. Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah. And I think when you hear about those original guys experimenting, Fender and Gibson experimenting with pickups and winds, they were trying to find that sweet spot where it didn't sound too brittle, but it didn't sound overly muddy and dark. It was still crisp and Sparkling.
Well, if you guys have any questions about pickups and how they work and what you should have in your guitar, I want
call Dylan at 555-17. Oh, no.
Dylan's going to be on like in just a few minutes.
I know.
You can go to that. You don't have to call.
You don't have to call.
You don't have to call. You can go. You
just keep calling.
It's
Dylan will be.
Tell everyone where they can get in touch.
Is Dylan going to be on tonight?
I don't know. I'm assuming he is.
I thought he was still in Vegas because I saw he had a really good looking old fashioned today.
He might be.
But that might be an old.
He might be drunk and he might be in Vegas doing a video. I don't know. I have no idea.
Questions. Yeah, he might do it from Vegas.
Let's assume that Dylan is going to be wrapping this segment of Thursday live like he normally does. We don't know. Check him out and see what is happening. But guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. We've got a reveal tomorrow that's not to be missed with our good buddy Big Jim Grizzly and 4 guitars. 4, count them, 4 guitars. So we will see you tomorrow for that sometime. I don't know. There might be burgers. I don't know. Jim's going to probably try to get me to start drinking again, but I'm not going to do that until Halloween.
Okay.
So anyway, Dylan says, yes, he am doing a video. So
good.
See, there you go. All right, gang. It looks like Steve got his Texas Toe shirt. Steve, I hope that you bought this shirt because if you did, you're automatically entered into the drawing to win a Challenger Level 1. I should have had this up, but it's cold in the shop today. It's finally getting cold here in Colorado. So anyway, gang, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a great night, everybody.